Hello. We're here again. We're doing it. I'm Robbie.
I'm Hector.
Yeah. And we've got a great gift for you. We're going to go over a life of education, but first, the gift.
We want to give you a couple of gifts, but that second gift, which is super powerful, it's a gift from Robbie, will be at the end of the video. So stick around for that. Until then, many of you may have something in your mind that can impact thousands of people around the world, and you're trying to figure out, how do I take what I know and really transform it into an online course that I could take to the masses? But I want to do that in 90 days, maybe even less, plus save $10,000 in the process so you don't make all the mistakes that me and my co-founder did. That's in that free masterclass. It is linked below. Go check it out. We're gonna dive into this video, which we're super excited about, right? Yeah. You know, because as people, we are students of life.
Yes.
There's always new things to learn. There's always a way that we can grow. And we really want to dedicate this video all about understanding what a life of education is about and how it pertains also to fitness
100%.
And how it pertains to health. So the first thing, we have three main points. The first one that I can't wait to dive in the deep end with you, Robbie, because you are a life of knowledge, man. I mean, just
that means
the
a lot to
more
me.
I get to learn from you, the more I get to know you, the more I just, you know, from all the videos we've created, from all the meetings that we've had, it's just, you are a student of life. And that's really what this first point is all about, which is you stop living when you stop learning.
100%.
You stop living when you stop learning. Robbie, take us through the board. Yeah. What does that mean to you?
Well, I'll tell you this. I'm very fortunate to be able to teach yoga and specifically yoga sculpt as well. I teach these in large groups of people. And what I love more than anything is knowing that when I walk in the room to teach a class, I probably have less knowledge than anybody else in the room. And that fuels me. Because every time that I'm in there, even though I'm leading a room, I'm leading a group, I'm the one that's supposed to be the one with all the knowledge, I'm learning from everybody around me. And I'll tell you this, Johnny, I've learned so much from Johnny in class. And usually what happens with me in the room is I'm trying to figure out, how do we level up? How do we get to the next level? If we're doing an exercise, how do we use more compound movements? How can we use more muscle engagement to get you to the next level? Well, a lot of the times what I'm doing, I'm looking around the room and seeing the people that are there and learning from them specifically and seeing what they're doing. But the second that I say my class is the best and I've got all the tools and you need to come in here and learn from me, is the second that class quits growing. The class continues to grow because every time we come in, we are learning because I'm learning. All of us are learning together. So 100%, yeah. You stop living when you stop learning, 100%. That's when the growth stops. The growth, when we quit growing, when the tree quits growing, well, that's when the death process starts. And we want to keep this going, this living right here. We want to keep that going as much as we can. And we do that through constantly learning, which is why I'm so excited that you guys invited me to be here, because I love what you're doing. This is all about learning.
We're blessed to have you, man. We're so blessed, so honored. And just, I mean, as you can hear everybody that's watching this, just how humble and how amazing Robbie is. And you know, as a teacher, as somebody that loves and is so passionate about his craft, a big part of mastering your craft is always learning from the people you are teaching, because they will teach you things that you didn't know. They will teach you maybe new techniques. You know, let's talk about fitness. They may teach you new exercises, new ways of teaching form, you know, new ways to communicate, new ways to read the energy and adjust and pivot on the go to, you know, make that 1 hour that some people, it's their sanctuary, make that 1 hour blissful and beautiful, right? And then as a teacher, even if you're not a teacher, right? As people, right? You want to go back and you want to keep challenging yourself. Well, how can, if you're a salesperson out there, even if you've closed $1 billion in sales, there's always rooms to grow. We talked about Michael Jordan earlier, right? There was always another ring to win, but forget about Tom Brady, right? And they were, you know, the reason why I love Tom Brady so much is that even after winning a Super Bowl, he was watching the tapes. How could have I thrown that better? How could have I played that play better? as you keep growing, as you keep learning, right, you become not just a better person, but then it becomes infectious because you're around people that that love to learn, and then you start learning from them, and then they start learning from you, and it's so exciting.
Likes attract likes, you know? Likes attract likes.
Couldn't have said it better.
Yeah, if you're learning and you're surrounding yourself with people who are learning, your group is going to continually rise, which allows you as an individual to rise as well.
Which develops a strong community. I mean,
look, is what it's all about.
100%. Look at the classes, right, that you have, Robbie, and all your students, how much they love coming to the class, because it's a class where everybody, there's this energy, this atmosphere of togetherness, of we got each other's back, of encouragement, of learning from
that
one
we've
another.
Built together, you know. And one of the things I love is when people come out of I'll have someone that comes into my class for the first time, and they'll come out and they compliment what I'm doing. And I make it very clear, it's not what I did. We built this as a group together. All of the music, the quotes, the technique, the movements that we do in the room, none of that's mine. None of it is. It's something that we've all built together as a group, because I've learned from other people. There's no exercise that's brand new. All of it is something that's been learned over time. So we're all just learning nonstop. How are we getting better? And it's us as a group that's doing it together. And how do we do that? By learning.
And that goes to the second point, which, Robbie, when you said this, oh man, I just sat back. It was just one of those, you know, when somebody drops some knowledge on you, you're just like, whoa, that's some truth and there's so much there, right? So hit it, right? You know, let's do this.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this, and we're going to come back to the main point, is it's about humility, being humble, and understanding that regardless of what we're doing in life, and today we're talking about fitness and nutrition. So in just talking about fitness and nutrition, but understanding it applies to everything, we are all beginners, because the journey is endless. It goes on for infinity. Oh, and that's a little back. See, you can tell I'm not great with you. I'm trying. So see, even right now, I'm learning. There it is. Infinity, and it's not a great infinity, but our paths stretch on forever. It never ends. It never stops. So regardless of whether you've been in the game 10 years, 2 years, 2 weeks, all of us are beginners together. We're all learning. So it's an endless adventure that each of us understanding that if you have a beginner's mindset, and this is a quote, I use this a lot in my yoga classes when I theme humility, but just think about it, the tree. If you have a tree that has no fruit, it stands tall, but tree that's laden with fruit, it has to bend down. So it's the same way with us. If we're full of knowledge and we're full of, we need to bend down and share it with other people. Humility is a sign that you really have something to offer. If you just have everything and you're a know-it-all and everything is just about you, you have nothing to offer anybody else. And that is when we stop living, because we're not learning anymore. And knowing that there's just we're all trees around us. All of us are bearing fruit, and we all need to bend down to each other and learn from each other and understand that this is an infinite journey that we're all beginners in together.
We're just going to leave it at that, because that was just unreal. I mean, and just so much truth and just so much honesty there. Right? That, you know, everybody that's watching this, if you take what Robbie just said and you really just absorb and you sit on that, right? You know, you'll really uncover some of the beauties of that. Like what you were saying, which we all have fruit to give. So just bend over and give the fruit. And understanding that I learned this from somebody else. This isn't like something I invented in my brain, that I'm the one that created this information. I've learned it from other people. And that is the key to all of this. We just have to keep learning. A life of education. How do we continue to learn and grow? Which is what you are all about here. You and Johnny have created something so absolutely special, because it's so much about learning, teaching. How can you, on the other side of this, what is this called, a light board? Light board, yes, even though it's really heavy.
Yes. how do you, on the other side of this light board, how do you learn and how do you take this information and share it with other people? And that's why one thing I was so excited, because when we came in here, this was not a sales program. And that was the first thing when I walked in. I've talked to Johnny a lot. We've had calls together. There's never been a sales pitch ever. It was all about education and about learning. And that is why I was so excited to be here today, because if we focus on education and if you focus on learning, everything else falls in line. If you're trying to make money, if you're trying to generate wealth, well, if that's your only goal, you're not going to attain that. I'm going to tell you that right now. But if that is a goal that you have and you're going to do it through education and learning, that will follow you.
100%. 100%. We could not agree more. Our mentors, our coaches, the people that we've worked with, that have gotten to where they are, they've all led it through education.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, even look at Tony Robbins. Right?
Yes.
It's all about education.
100%.
It's all about story. It's all about education. And a big part about leading your life, of education and of learning leads to our final point, which is, I'm excited to hear your thoughts about this, Robbie, is be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
And accountable. Accountable, not just having an accountability partner, but I'll add another layer, holding yourself accountable as well. Let's dive into that.
And this is, you know what? We're smart. We know what we should be doing. Now, we're here to help you. eLearning Partners is here to help you. I'm here to help you with fitness and nutrition. I'm here to help educate you and get you to the next level. But let's be honest. You know what you need to do. You know the habits in your life that you need to correct. You know these things. And it's really about holding yourself accountable. And sometimes, how do you get there? You got to have a buddy. And I have one. Johnny is my accountability partner. And that's worked out very, very well for me. I know it's helped him a lot too. And I encourage you in your life, be honest with yourself. That's number one. Hold yourself accountable and don't lie to yourself. You can cheat anyone else in life, but you can't cheat yourself because you look at yourself in the mirror. But what's going to help you there is being honest and understanding that you're going to need some help and you're going to need some accountability right here. Have accountability with yourself ultimately, and understanding that through education and through learning, that sometimes you need some help. And having a partner there is so very beneficial. Even if it's a relative, a friend, someone that's a gym partner, someone that's in the same journey as you, that you can have accountability with. It's essential.
Which is why you have to take advantage of this gift that Robbie has. Robbie, tell him about this gift.
1 free month, nutrition coaching plus accountability with me. In the brief description of this video, you see my email address, rob@mobilemusclemax.com. You can reach me there. I would love to work with you. And
we got another
the big
gift.
One. The big one.
No, that's amazing. Guys, you have to take advantage of that. Robbie is incredible. And
thank you.
I mean, as you've seen through these whole series, and if you haven't seen all the videos with Robbie yet, go check them all out. I mean, he's incredible. He's somebody you want to work with. And that free month, oh my gosh, what a gift. And the gift we want to give you is, many of you may have a lot of knowledge that you want to take to the world. You may be overwhelmed though. How do I do it? How do I create massive impact? How do I give to the people around the world? Share the fruits that I have with them. That's why we have this free masterclass, is to help you do that. Take your knowledge, put it into an online course that you can take to the masses. You'll do that in 90 days or less, and you'll save tens of thousands of dollars without making the same mistakes that some of us, my co-founder and I, it's all on our website in our masterclass of how we did. So it's down low, link, click on it, check it out. But first we want to thank you for something. What is that, Robbie?
Your likes and subscribing.